And hello everybody, good afternoon, how are you all doing? It is the 1st of January 2013 people. This is it, new year, new start for those of you who like to do all that sort of thing, you know, resolutions and all that sort of stuff. That's fine. Here I am, going to be talking about all things of what's coming up in the next several months or year. You know, what's going to be happening in terms of movies, comics, all that sort of stuff, and what I'm going to be planning to do myself this year in particular, not just in terms of videos, but, you know, life related stuff as well. But let's just kick right into it, shall we? So anyway, first and foremost, as you all know, I am running a competition to get an Arrow intro done for myself when I do my reviews. So the competition was supposed to have finished yesterday on the 31st of December. However, I'm going to let it run for another 2 weeks. Okay, so that's going to be up until January 13th, I believe, because I think Arrow returns on the is it the 14th? I believe it is the 14th. No, actually it's the 16th, so it's going to be January the 15th, which is Tuesday. Okay, so you've got another 2 weeks from today. Okay, I've already had 2 entries. One of them does look really good so far, so but I need more. Come on, I need this competition to be tasty. Come on guys, come on. There's like over 300 views and only 400 views on that video and only 2 entries. What's going on, people? Rush it in, please. Come on. Anyway, so obviously the person who will get their intro used for my reviews will win this copy of the first print issue of Arrow, which contains the first 3 digital comics itself. So there you go, that's it right there, people. Okay, come on, it's for grabs, it's for free. Come on, you guys like free stuff, don't you? Of course you do, you know you love free stuff. Anyway, so let's say Arrow returns on January the 16th, episode 10, titled Burned. Looking really forward to it, can't wait. The show has been awesome. We have loved the show so far. I mean, came into existence, you know, October 2012, and it has just gone from one strength to the next. It's just been brilliant. It has been brilliant. It has had a few niggly bits, but let's just overlook all that and say that so far the CW have got something really awesome with Arrow right now. Looking forward to see exactly how the rest of the season plays out, especially towards the back end. We've already got Roy Harper has been cast. Colton Haynes, who was in Teen Wolf, is going to be playing Roy Harper. We now know that Tommy Merlin's dad, aka Malcolm Merlin, well-dressed man, is now Dark Archer, but looks like he's working for someone else, so I don't think he's actually running the show. We're going to be introduced to Vertigo, although the character's not going to be called Vertigo. We're finally going to get to see Deathstroke, played by a guy called, is it Manu Bennett, I think, from the Spartacus TV series. So there's a lot of things happening. There really is a lot of things happening, particularly for Arrow. So hope to see returns of the likes of Deadshot as well, and no doubt Huntress as well will hopefully come back. So yeah, it's looking very, very good. It's shaping up to be a really awesome show, people. That's all I'm going to say on that. So that's that. It's really the only TV show that I'm watching at the moment, because, well, it's a DC TV show and it's a comic book related thing. So me, comic books, DC, it's all going to add up, isn't it? So there you go. And speaking of DC, this weekend sees the return of Young Justice and Green Lantern, the animated series, on DC Nation on Cartoon Network. Finally. What took them so long? No idea. For those of you wondering as well why I haven't done any reviews since season 1, purely because that it's quite difficult for me to actually get to watch the episodes. I normally don't watch until at least either a week later or 2 or 3 days later, so by that time I've already lost the point of reviewing it anyway. So yeah, that's why I haven't really done much, hardly any reviews of Young Justice since the first season anyway. So so this is Young Justice Invasion, still Invasion, and we're going to kick off from I think it was episode 7, I believe. Let me see what was the last one I actually watched, because it wasn't that long ago. I say it wasn't that long ago. Make it episode 10 was the last one, so it was episode 11 is where we're going to kick off from. So it'll be interesting to see how that one goes. Anyway, what else? Okay, Smallville itself has already mentioned that I've done the review for chapter 27, Haunted. I'm a little bit confused as to how the actual storyline is going, because my understanding was obviously Haunted was going to be the new story arc. It's going to be another 12 chapter story arc like they've done with Guardian and Detective, but it turns out that it's not going to be. It's more like it's going to be about 3, and then they're going to kick off Effigy, and then another 3, I think, of Haunted. It's still up in the air of how the chapters are running at the moment. So if anybody has definitive information, Mr. Miller in particular, please let me know, because I'm still to my movie-wise. Let's get right into it, shall we? I mean, it's 2013 now. I can now finally say that we are just 5.5 months, 5 months and 13 days away till the release of Man of Steel. Ladies and gentlemen, how happy are we? It is now officially, we're into the 75th year of Superman's birthday. How awesome can that be? You can't get more awesome than that. This, I think, is going to be epic. Okay, it is not only his 75th birthday, it is not only the fact that we're going to get a new Superman movie. I just think that this whole year is going to be for the return of Superman. I think Superman's going to be put back up there in the forefront of comic book heroes, where he belongs, at the top, in front of everybody else, because, let's face it, he was the first comic book character, superhero created way back in the late 30s, well, mid-30s to late 30s if you think about it. And while he's not had as much exposure in the media side of things as what Batman has in particular, especially over the last decade, still Superman is there. Everybody is aware of the character, everyone knows who he is, what he's all about. And finally, now we're going to be in a position of where we're going to have not just a movie, but I think you've got the comic books in particular, the New 52. I know that Jim Lee and Scott Snyder are working on something awesome to do with the Man of Steel for a comic that they're working on. That's going to be due out sometime this year as well. Already we've had Superman Earth 1 Volume 2 released the back end of last year. And there's also going to be obviously the new computer game Injustice Gods Among Us as well, which is only on PS3 and Xbox, not on PC, which is piss taken, but anyway, I'm going to let that slide. So all of this is finally happening. Now what we need is some form of animation. Now obviously, yes, there's Young Justice, but that's more to do with Superboy and Robin, the Kid Flash, all of them. So it's more of the younger lot. Yes, Superman does feature in it, as does the rest of the Justice League, but I'm talking about bringing back something like Superman the animated series, making it more interesting, making it more fun, more action packed, as was Batman had in the animated series. And then you had the Batman shortly after Batman Begins was released in the cinemas. So anything along those lines, then sweet, then we've got something going on. And obviously rumours are still abound, and I think it's pretty much all but confirmed that Henry Cavill will not only play Superman for another 3 movies for the next, it's apparently they're going to do a trilogy of movies, but also don't forget 2015, hopefully Justice League comes out. So we're going to see Superman, we're going to see Batman, we're going to see Flash, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, maybe Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern, again, maybe not Ryan Reynolds, but who knows. But I think it's coming together. I think at some point this year, Warner Brothers are going to hit us with an epic news to say, guys, we know we've fooled you in the past, but this time we're serious. This is what's going to happen. Do it. Okay, come on, Warners, this is your chance. 2013 is not just Superman's year, it's your character's year. It's DC's year. It's got to be DC. I say that even though Iron Man 3 is coming out, Captain America Winter Soldier is coming out, and Thor The Dark World is also coming out. Captain America Winter Soldier is coming out this year, isn't it? I think so. Come on, Marvel already out there with all this. Starting the Phase 2 is kicked off, alright? DC haven't even kicked off. You're flipping Justice League, yeah. What's going on? Come on. Anyway, sorry for delving into that side of things. Anyway, so carrying on with movies, as you know, this year, as I say, is going to be very big, especially with comic book movies as well. But then there's also other interesting movies coming out. We've got Django Unchained, we've got Zero Dark 30, Lincoln, Bullet to the Head starring Sylvester Stallone. I'm really looking forward to that. Arnold Schwarzenegger returns in The Last Stand. We've also got A Good Day to Die Hard, Die Hard 5, John McClane and Jack McClane Father and son go at it. I can't wait to see that. What else have we got? Cloud Atlas, Oz the Great and Powerful, and as I already mentioned, obviously Iron Man 3D in 3D as well. Jack the Giant Slayer. Now this was originally supposed to be called Jack the Giant Killer, but then it was supposed to be released last summer, which is interesting. Then they completely pushed it back to this year, as they did with G.I. Joe Retaliation. So that's out again. Also, that's going to be released this year in March, I believe. Just want to make a quick note back to Man of Steel again. Someone did ask me, are we going to see like a 6 or 7 minute preview like we've done with Dark Knight Rises, and obviously with Star Trek as well? And I basically said no. Reason being is that if they were going to do that, they would have done it before The Hobbit in December. They would have already done that. I mean, if you think about it, Dark Knight Rises prologue was released just before, at the same time that Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol came out in 2011. Okay, so if you were going to do the same for Man of Steel, you would have done it before The Hobbit as well as the trailer, which is what they did with The Dark Knight Rises. So all that aside, think about it. If they were to surprise us with a 6 minute preview, like they did with Amazing Spider-Man, I'll tell you that because I remember when I went to see Prometheus, I was surprised that they actually showed that. There was no mention that there was going to be a 6 minute preview of Amazing Spider-Man, and if there was, I probably had missed it. But I was very surprised that I saw that, and that really got me into the film, even though beforehand I was like, oh, is there really any need for this reboot or anything? But you've seen my review. If you've not seen my review, check it out. You'll see how I felt after watching Amazing Spider-Man. So yeah, if they were going to do something in a similar context to Man of Steel by surprising us like a month or two before the movie is released, without saying anything, you go in to watch a big film and there it is right in front of you. You're like, wow. I mean, I saw the Star Trek preview for Star Trek Into Darkness, which is also out this year in May, and again, whoa, mind blown basically. So it's all coming together basically. But the biggest thing for me of what's occurring this year, okay, this is it now, people. It's where we get serious. It's been a long time coming for me, and I've been wanting to do this, well, pretty much since I've heard about the event that occurs in a little small town in America. And this little small town is none other than Metropolis in Illinois. Okay, now being called Metropolis, it is essentially the home of Superman. Alright, ever since I knew about the Superman celebration and what goes on there, and you know everything that happens during the month of June, for like a weekend in June, you know, few days in June, you know, they have this massive celebration. You get guest stars appearing, people from past Superman TV shows, movies, voice cartoons, and all that sort of stuff. Artists, writers, everybody who's been involved with the character. You know, and I've said to myself, I would love to go. I really would love to go. And guess what? This year, it's going to be a reality. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, yours truly will be going to Metropolis, Illinois for the 75th birthday of Superman. Okay, at Metropolis, Illinois. Where better to celebrate his birthday? Seriously, where better? So I haven't bought the plane ticket yet. I'm still sorting out, you know, how much that's going to cost getting there, where I'm going to be staying. I'm hoping to stay with my good friend Scorch, who lives in Chicago, about 200-300 miles away from north of Metropolis. So we might just road trip it down or somehow get down there for like a weekend or so. And you know, obviously I want to sample the sights of Chicago as well. Come on, it's going to be my first time in America, so this is going to be a big thing for me this year. I mean, this is going to be huge. Okay, that's where I'm aiming toward. That's my plan, is get out to America, sample the American life as much as possible, go to the Superman celebration, enjoy the Superman celebration as much as possible. On top of that, when I get back from America, I'm going to take another week off work, get myself ready for the Superman movie, for Man of Steel, because that's released on June 14th 2013, if you're not aware already. And I'm going to go to London, be outside of cinema for the premiere, so I'll get to meet all the stars, try and get as many autographs as possible. So Henry Cavill, Amy Adams, Michael Shannon, Zack Snyder, maybe Christopher Nolan as well. So all the people who are going to be involved, try and get as many signatures as possible, come back up here, and basically for the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, 14th, 15th and 16th of June, just pretty much go and see the Man of Steel as many times as possible. That's all I'm going to say. Then those 2 weeks in June are going to be the biggest for me. Okay, that's what I'm looking forward to, aiming towards that, and my God, it is going to be something beautiful. That's all I'm going to say. So anyway, that's it, people. That's pretty much all I've got to say. So thank you all for watching. You know what I'm like when it comes to videos like this. It's going to be a long-winded thing. So if you have stuck out this long to watch it, you must be fucking bored. Anyway, thank you all very much. Bye.